poets are the unacknowledged legislators of the world. Okay. I'll use this. See, in a sense, look at this. Poets now, it does not mean that we have to narrow ourselves. I'll tell you how. So first I will brainstorm. So first brainstorming now. So poets are the unacknowledged legislators. Okay, unacknowledged legislators of the world. Okay, so you can have, see what and all you can have. You can think about it. GS4 class, Dana. See, this is GS4 class. Okay, GS4 class. There is something called as virtue ethics. Have you heard this? See, in GS paper 4, I will tell you. But I said that there is a dimension of ethics. Dimension of ethics is multiple. In the dimensions of ethics, there is virtue ethics, there is teleological ethics, there is deontological ethics. What does that mean? Virtue ethics. See, first we will discuss virtue ethics. I'll tell you because it is related to this. In a sense, virtue, if you look at it, virtue ethics, the people who are concerned with this was Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. Okay, wow. So these people who were there in this GS paper 4, virtue ethics, there is a topic. Okay, wow. So in a sense, you should not say I am not political science or I am not philosophy option. No, GS paper 4 it is there. So if we had known that itself, it's enough. Because if you look at it, these people are related to poets. Okay, wow. In fact, Plato was a poet. Aristotle was not a poet that much. Plato was a poet. Okay, we know that Plato wrote so many things, but Plato in turn was a poet. If you look at it, so if you look at this point, so you can see, you can go for unacknowledged legislators of the world. You can talk about, let us assume that, see, there is this concept of, see, if there is this concept of, if you would have seen this today, equality, justice, okay, justice society, equality and justice. So there is actually in GS paper 4 cardinal principles of Plato we have to study in virtue ethics. But if you look at it, unacknowledged legislators of the world, you can have Plato as an example, and you can talk about, see, French Revolution, you can come, but there should be a sequence. I said there should be a sequence. See, Rousseau came later, like 18th century. First came Plato. First, who is there? That is the point. In essay writing, the first class, I said, social, economic, political. You can write very well, but there should be a sequence. The sequence that I am following is historical. And the methodologies I would have given you social, economic, political, historical. There will be in the poet question. See, poet, equality and justice will be there. They gave this. So Socrates or Plato. Today we have this legislation. Okay, today we have this legislation of equality, justice. You can have, for example, look at it. Our constitution. See, our constitution has this concept of justice where in preamble. So it is not only social, it is not only political justice, rather economic and social justice, giving rights to an equal society. Where do you derive it from? It derives from Plato. So if you look at it, Plato may be, see, if you look at it, poets are unacknowledged legislators. That is, we have this concept of equality and justice in our preamble. But they are, see, who is the? It is a true fact that the constitutional makers are the people who were the responsible people for this preamble and constitution. Correct. Equality, justice, correct. But poets are the unacknowledged legislators. They are unacknowledged. So no one acknowledges Plato for the contribution that he made for equality and justice. You can also see, now you understand, this is the point. In the point, next you can go. For example, next I will go. Let us assume that what else you can write? You can go for Bhakti movement. Correct? Bhakti movement. Actually, I will start with Bhakti movement. I'll start with the Bhakti movement. It will be an introduction. So Bhakti movement, exactly. Sangam, you can very well said. You can go for Bhakti movement, Sangam literature. Very well written. Sangam literature. See, both Thiruvallur, not only Thiruvallur, both Sangam literature and Bhakti movement. Thiruvallur, everything you can write that. So if you look at it, exactly, Kabir Das, Surdas, you can write, that is the point. Andal you can write. Chariya, Mirabai you can write. So, see, one thing will come. One thing will come. Okay. Yes, அப்படிதான் பண்ணணும். See, organizing, if you look at it, why I went for Plato first means we were studying GS paper 4. See, now I am brainstorming. See, I am not writing the essay. I am brainstorming. So I will write, for example, Mirabai you can write, Kabir Das you can write. Exactly, that is the point. Kabir Das. See, there is a what you will write. So next I will be, see, if I write about what I will do in this brainstorming is that, see, if I write about Plato, I have to write or think about equality and justice, the constitution and the preamble. If I write about Sangam literature, or let us assume that I write about Kabir Das or Bhakti movement. Okay, Bhakti, see, what came to my mind, I can write. So Bhakti movement came to my mind immediately. Then Kabir Das came to my mind. So no, see, legislators of the world, see, that is the point. See, what it means, concept. See, the concept is that the legislations that in GS paper 4, now only we sang the syllabus. See, that's solra. UPSC FD கேட்டிருக்காங்க பாருங்க. இதுல என்ன வந்து they have made or big thing. You see this. There is a topic இங்க பாருங்க. Look at the topic. Dilemmas in government, institutions, and what is the topic? Laws, rules. Look at that. Laws, rules, regulations, and conscience as sources of ethical guidance. Look at that. Laws, rules, regulation, and conscience. And Raja, anthropology, see, okay, Raja is from anthropology option. Anthropology, how laws developed we saw. In the sense, if law, how it develops it does not develop in one day. Laws develop through the moral precepts of a society. Moral and ethical precepts of the society are given by poets. Okay, are given by poets and thinkers. What is the syllabus? Great teachings of great leaders, reformers. What does that mean? It means that these are the unacknowledged legislators of our constitution today. This one point, if you remember, see, look at this very nicely. You can write. So Kabir Das, if you see, Kabir Das was an so NCRT, it is there. You check NCRT history. History NCRT or social issues NCRT. Just a moment. Social issues NCRT is there. Social issues, social, what is that? Sociology related NCRT book is there. In that, there is a topic called as secularism. Okay, wow. If you look at NCRT, see, I am not saying from any big book. Now, very history book la solla. In NCRT book, social issues book, there is a topic, secularism, which we have to read for GS paper 1. In that topic, if you look at it, there is a quote by Kabir Das. In that quote, if you look at it, Kabir Das would have said that secularism is a part of our society. The poem will read like, in a sense, whether it is a, see, poem will read like this only. Whether it is a Hindu or a Muslim, what difference it is make? everyone is a human. That will be the quote. So if you look at it, you can have Kabir Das, or if you do not see immediately, Kabir Das was referred by some person now, right? See, if I don't remember, let us assume that I don't remember. I remembered Bhakti movement. Sangam literature I did not remember, but I remember Bhakti movement. In Bhakti movement literature, if you look at these all these philosophers in Bhakti movement, Andal I remembered. So I will write that Andal. If you in Tamil Nadu, it was a very big, huge controversy. Everyone in Tamil Nadu would know this. So Andal controversy, everyone know. For Andal, I will write this poet was the unacknowledged legislator for gender justice in India. See, one thing I'll pick up. Kabir Das, secularism I'll pick up. Bhakti movement, I'll pick up the unification of the nation. Immaterial fraternity, I'll pick up this. Immaterial of your caste, creed, religion, whichever thing you have, if you have bhakti towards the God, you will be the person who will change everything. So that is what is the bhakti movement. What I will do is that the immaterial of your caste, creed, color, gender, if we are having allegiance towards the constitution, that is the way through which India can be developed. And this was developed by the Bhakti movement poets who were there, and I will write. So they are the unacknowledged legislators of fraternity in India, equality, sorry, no, equality is there, okay, but fraternity in India and unification of India. I will write about the Bhakti saints who went into they went into 4 regions of the northwest. If you look at it, Shankaracharya went into Jammu Kashmir, east and west and south. So there was a unification of the country. So the legislators today are enabling the unification of the northeast, Jammu Kashmir and everything. But this was just there was a prelude for this, which was the saints of Bhakti movement. If I don't know the name, leave it. Shankaracharya, if you don't know, okay. But these are the saints. Next you come. Now Ilango, now I will come. So for example, but one more person I'll include because I know that person very closely. Darwin. Darwin's grandfather, see, this is personal. This I know. This I know. That is why I will include this. You will know one poet. See, you should not think I did not know this Darwin concept and all. Your poet, you will know. But you see the sequence. Poet, Plato, Bhakti movement. Then I will include the Darwin's grandfather's name is Erasmus Darwin. Erasmus Darwin. That is before Darwin itself, Erasmus Darwin was a poet. Before Darwin itself, he gave this concept of everyone being equal or everyone descending from the same line. Everyone descending from the same tree. So, in a sense, see, if you look at it, this is Article 14. Equality before law. Everyone descending from the same tree. Now, what does it mean? You are equal. You are equal before everyone. You are not privileged. So I will include this. I will say that Article 14 in our Constitution. See, all the things, if you look at it, I will relate to the Constitution. I will say that, see, Darwin's grandfather gave this concept of this whole thing. Yadu Mure, see, that is the point. Yadu, you can have that. Yadu Mure, but see, and the point is that one more thing, this is an UPSC examination. Yeah, Tamil poets, you can write. Diversity should be there. You remember that very carefully because Tamil poet, Sangam literature, Tiruvalluvar, you can definitely write. Tiruvalluvar, you can definitely write. If you look at it, this whole thing you can write with Tiruvalluvar itself. But I am diversifying. Darwin I am writing. Next I will include Rousseau. Yes, I need to address world perspective. I am including, right? See, I am including Erasmus. See, Erasmus Darwin is not India. World dimension. How it is related to Indian dimension? I am actually clubbing. Plato is not India, but I am clubbing. Bhakti movement is India. One example is here. So if you look at Rousseau, so Rousseau is not India. So Rousseau, Voltaire, or Rousseau, or you can also include Common Sense by Thomas Paine. Okay, you can include Thomas Paine. Okay, Thomas Paine, Rousseau, or Voltaire. All these people gave rise to French Revolution. From that French Revolution is what we got this fraternity, equality, and liberty. Equality, or see, equality I have written there. So I will use liberty here. So Article 19, the liberty that we enjoy. Okay, or the liberty that we enjoy. You can include the world liberty also. So there is a Civil Rights Act of the world. Okay, civil rights of the, you can relate. But separation of powers, you can add. See, but was Montesquieu, you can add. But you look at this. See, this is what is essay. Now you understand what is an essay. See, after this is what first I will do. First I will do this only. Then I will align the points. Then I will align the points. Where should something come? Okay. Which is Anand, that is you are saying, okay. Anandamat is you are saying which one? So, but now you understand. The one more question solve. Shall we solve? This is how you have to write. But now after this, there is a concept called as alignment. Yesterday I said, see Raja, one more thing I keep repeating. See, Tamil poets you can include, but one. Okay, one. Okay, you can include Tamil poets, but one. Conclusion is a very simple. See, in a sense, this is the point. See, you should know that conclusion is now these points will be there. You should be very happy and conclude. For example, I am thinking I should have written this essay very nicely. We could have written. So you can conclude saying that, see, in a sense, this world is filled with laws. This world is filled with laws and legislators. These phases is what we are seeing. So, for example, we see that we see great leaders, great people in the legislation, and they are doing a tremendous job. So, for example, you see, we are seeing Thomas Jefferson, we are seeing Abraham Lincoln, we are seeing Nehru or Pandit Nehru. We are seeing, for example, you can talk about some other legislators who are there. See, you can write Ravi Kirti, see, Vishaka Datta, see, if you know, write it. Okay? If you know, you write it. Otherwise, see, names of the poets, if you do not know. But conclusion, have this. So these people, this is what we see. So for example, I will personally use Abraham Lincoln. So I will say that, see, Abraham Lincoln abolished slavery. The point that we see is that Abraham Lincoln was also a poet. Okay, I can include that also. Abraham Lincoln was himself a poet. Okay, he had written many poems. But if I say that, I will conclude. Abraham Lincoln is the legislator that we see, that he abolished slavery and he made this world an more equal place to live. But if you look at it, the inspiration for all these things came to Abraham Lincoln through the poets that he read. The poets who were there behind him was the reason for that. See, adana conclusion what, see, or you can say, see, Gandhiji, right? Gandhiji was inspired by the Russian Leo Tolstoy. That you know, right? The farm name itself, Tolstoy. The farm name itself, Tolstoy, no? Leo Tolstoy, he was inspired by. So you can say that Gandhi, see, we know Gandhiji and the DPSP principles, and constitution is predominantly based on Gandhiji's principle. So what we know is Gandhiji, but it is derived from poets. The strength for, or you can say even, see, look at the Bhagavad Gita, you can say. The strength that Gandhiji derived was from Bhagavad Gita. And it was not from, see, Bhagavad Gita, religious book, you can think, but it is also a collection of quotes, the collection of quotes, you can say, no harm in that. So this way, we think that these poets are, or these legislators are the face. So you can say that this, so like the GS paper 4, now I said, you can say that these legislators are the actions. The legislators are like actions of human beings, but the psychological part or the brain behind all these things are the poets who are unrecognized. And that is what we should as a society recognize. A society where poets are being revered, a society where poets, authors and writers are being revered, will be a society which is more equal, and liberty will be the foundation of that society. Conclude all that. Yeah. You can add anything. See, anything you can add. Poets who arouse nationalism in people, but not necessarily. You see, nationalism. That is what I. For example, I went for Rousseau. These were people who aroused this feeling of French Revolution, right? So from that I am saying, because the question says legislators of the world. So I am giving this concept of French Revolution also, which you are studying in world history. Then I am coming to this point of this law, where I will say that they are, see, look at the way the legislators, this legislation is there, this is the unacknowledged person. This legislation is there, this is the unacknowledged person. So these poets are behind the scene. So in front of the scene is what we see as actors, So you can do that also. So now you understand. How do you write an essay? Yeah. So see, is there any see, is this a philosophical essay? Is this a problematic essay? What problem will be there? No problem is there. Yeah. In essay and all, the point is that it is being made deliberately hard by people who are in the critical analysis. UPSC is giving simple only. Yeah. UPSC will give simple essays only that we know. And if you concentrate very simple, if you look at the question paper, that is what I said. For UPSC, do not keep following anyone. Follow UPSC question paper. If you are following previous year UPSC question paper and analyzing these questions, you will be an IAS. I can assure you. Only when you move through. See, the unacknowledged legislators of IAS exam is UPSC question paper. The point is that UPSC question paper is the unacknowledged champions. What we see is institute. Correct? What we see is this institute we are seeing. Oh, institute helped. What helped na? UPSC question paper helped. That will be in the behind. They will be sitting like poets. We did not do anything. But the real people who helped these IAS officers and IPS officers, if you go ask each person, it will be previous year question paper. That is what will make you an IAS officer. I hope we had this session was useful.